I think you mentioned the COVID almost killed your business because obviously your target audience, your target customers, airports, nightclubs, restaurants were closed across the globe. And how did you, because the question is, once you feel you got into a trap, once you feel that there is no chance to continue the business, how did you motivate yourself to take this hard decision to close the company, and what did you do next? How did you, let's say, build up yourself? How did you gain back the confidence in yourself?
Good question as well. So just before the COVID, the situation with my startup, well, it was a small company actually because it was bootstrapped. The situation was that the revenue was not so great, and we hit a plateau. And because it was bootstrapped, I didn't reach a point where I could sufficiently invest in resources in like proper sales and marketing, or I found one good engine of growth, which is franchising, that we can talk about just after. But yeah, it was not performing as it should be. So I took a decision. I said, okay, mid 2020, if the situation doesn't dramatically change, I'll think about the next step. So closing down or transforming it into a side business or doing something. So at the same time, so beginning of the year, end of 2019, beginning of 2020, we found a possible scalable avenue with this mini printer to put it at a very affordable rental, like a SaaS, like a subscription model, has hardware as a service in, go mass with restaurants, with hotels, and we kind of started building what looked like a hockey stick with good, very promising acquisition in a short time. So I decided to try and raise funds. And within a few months, one of my customers, I started with the discussion for strategic investment. And the discussion, and then we almost closed the deal, but then COVID happened. And with the COVID, they froze all their investments. So very, very bad timing. Like a lot of people, it was bad timing for many people. But yeah, for us, it eliminated the hope of what was going to be a sizable seed round, and that would have changed everything. But no, it didn't happen. All the revenue basically got to zero very quickly because events and venues were the first affected. And it took me a little bit of time. At the beginning, I told my employees, look, we have to cut salaries in half. Then there was no more revenue coming, no more visibility. So I had to start firing someone, and then long story short, I fired everyone because there was just no more cash in the bank, and it happened quite quickly. So yeah, the question was how do you rebuild yourself? Then what's very important is to have people to talk to. Can call it mentors, or basically people more experienced or who went through what you're experiencing to give you advice. I was lucky to be advised by stellar entrepreneurs, a couple of them who went through 3-4 crises since the 80s. So they knew they had some experience, and one of them, he saw it, he forecasted it at the very beginning of the COVID. He predicted what would happen to me, and he told me, tomorrow you fire everyone because it's going to be real bad. Just fire everyone and yeah, get your shit together, do something else, find another revenue source. So I said, okay. So I didn't do it the next day, but maybe it took me 1 month. And he told me, you have to go through a grieving process for your startup. It's been 6 years. You've been working on that, and you end up with nothing. So yeah, just go through the grieving process as fast as you can, and then once you're done with that, reinvent yourself. Make a assessment of okay, what are my skills, what are my abilities, what do I like to do, what is the opportunity in the market, and find a new idea.